Hi, yeah, guys. I think I'm live now. If I'm live, can you guys please message in the chat that you can hear me? If you can hear me, then we can today's session. Surbhi is saying hi. Hi, Surbhi. Pradyumna is also saying. Okay, guys. People who are watching now, can you guys please like the stream? Today we'll be discussing quadratic equations for ZAT. This is a useful topic. This is a useful topic for both ZAT as well as for CAT. Every year you get a few questions from this topic. And one of the reasons I consider this to be an important topic is because if you get the concepts correct, there are very few concepts that you should know. There is a very good chance you will actually get the question correct. So that is the reason I actually like this topic. So before we start today's session, we will be having 8 questions in today's session. All of them are from quadratic equations topic and focused on ZAT. I think today's questions will be slightly on the easier slide. We end up with one difficult question, but overall I think the questions are slightly on the easier side. So before we actually go to the questions, I'll give a brief idea about what are the important concepts that people should know while they're attempting this topic. One of the first things that you should know is that an equation of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0 is called a quadratic equation, and every quadratic equation will have two roots. The roots can be real or complex, but for the every quadratic equation will have two roots. If you're assuming that both the roots are say p and q, the sum of these two roots p plus q will be equal to minus b divided by a, where b is the coefficient of x and a is the coefficient of x square, and the product of the roots, that is p into q, will be equal to c by a, where c is the constant term and a is the coefficient of x square. We have close to 65 people who are watching it live. If you guys can please like the stream, that will help us quite a lot so that we can reach new people. Now this is one important concept with respect to quadratic equations. If you understand this and if you understand how to apply these formulas well, you will be able to answer at least 30 to 40% of the questions in quadratic equations. One of the often asked questions or questions which have this kind of an information is that you are given either the sum of the roots and the product of the roots, or you are also given the sum of the squares of the roots, which is p square plus q square. Now if you are given a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c, and if you are asked to find out what is the sum of the squares of the roots, it is you will get it by transforming p square plus q square as p plus q whole square minus 2pq. So you know the value of p plus q. P plus q is equal to minus b by a, which is equal to b square by a square, and you know the value of 2pq. 2pq will be equal to minus 2 into c by a. So the value of p square plus q square, or the sum of the squares of the two roots, can be easily found out as b square by a square minus 2c by a. So as we are discussing, we will be having a quiz today. The quiz will be in quadratic equations, and if you want to take part in the quiz, please go to kraku.in/live. If you go to kraku.in/live, you will be able to take part in today's quiz, and people who come in the top 3 of today's quiz will be getting our 5 ZAT mocks for free. All of these mocks are in the latest pattern. They have excellent explanations for all the questions, especially for decision making. So I think this will be quite useful. If you come in the top 3 in today's quiz, you will be getting access to the 5 ZAT mocks that we have completely for free. If you want to take part in the test, please go to kraku.in/live. We'll be starting the quiz in another 12 minutes. So if you have any questions before that, please feel free to ask it and we'll be looking at it. Okay, the link is not active, so let me try to see how I can make it active. Can you guys try now? I think it will be active now. Just go to kraku.in/live. If you go to kraku.in/live, you will be getting the questions. There will be 8 questions today. All the 8 questions are on the slightly easier side. Especially the first 3-4 questions, I think are definitely will be most of the people will be able to answer them. So try to answer them. Go to kraku.in/live, just wait there, open it in a tab and keep waiting. The first question will start at exactly 9 o'clock, so that will be around 10 minutes away. Pallav Mittal is saying, what are the most important quant topics for XAT? I'm scoring well in the other sections, but around 5 in quants. I think we have posted a link which looks at the number of questions that are asked in XAT from each topic in the last 5 years. We'll again post that link, which will tell us what is the weightage of each of the topics in quant in the last 5 years. But in my opinion, the two concepts which are very important are geometry. Geometry is very, very important for CAT as well as for XAT, and number systems. Number systems, in my opinion, is not super important in CAT, but it is very important for XAT. So we have just posted the link in the chat, which shows us the XAT quant syllabus. It will tell us how many questions are asked from each of the topics in the last 5 years. Dalit Yadav is saying, from where can we practice for XAT? We have launched a very good course for XAT called the XAT Crash Course. It has extra emphasis on the important syllabus for XAT, especially on decision making and critical reasoning, which many students find to be very tricky. So if you're looking for a very good course to enroll for XAT, please enroll to the XAT Crash Course. What strategy should we change for XAT with respect to CAT? I think one of the things that you should change for XAT is that, in my opinion, the quant will be slightly on the more difficult side as compared to CAT. So you should start preparing for that. And also, at least definitely attempt the previous papers of XAT for decision making. Because if you understand the previous year's decision making questions and their explanations, you will at least have some sort of an understanding of how to, or you will be able to better anticipate the kind of questions that will come in this year's XAT. So definitely go through the previous year's papers for XAT. That I think is extremely important. Russell is saying, sir, I graduated in 2020 with 7 CGPA, good ACATS in 10th and 12th, and I'm currently prepping for XAT. If it doesn't work out for me, do you recommend prepping with a job for CAT 2021 or for a drop or with a drop? I always recommend students to do a job before attempting CAT for many reasons. Because even if you are joining a good institute, if you do a job, you will be able to understand the courses better. You will understand what it means to be working in a corporate setup. You will understand how to interact with other people in a professional manner. So if you join an MBA course without having this experience, in my opinion, you will not gain a lot by doing your MBA. That is one reason why I think you should definitely work and not take a drop. The second reason is because if you are actually working, it will help your work. You will gain some points for WorkX. So your entry level or the cutoffs will be lesser for you. That is plain logic. Thirdly, I think it is very important for you from a psychological standpoint. If you're taking the examination after having a drop of an year, on the day of the examinations, you will be very, very worried and very, very stressed out. Because you know that if you don't do well in that examination, you don't really know what you're going to do for the next 1 year. So you don't want to be in that kind of a stressful situation. So in my opinion, I would say definitely take a job. Definitely have some sort of a direction in your career and then do an MBA. I would recommend not taking a drop for nearly everyone. In exceptional cases, probably I'll say, yeah, take a drop. But otherwise, I would say definitely try to find a job. Mohammed Saifuddin is saying, how many questions from quadratic equations, sir? Normally, I think around 1 to 2 questions can be expected in XAT as well as in CAT. Gaurav Goyal is saying, sir, I applied for Kraku Content Manager but got no response. I want to inquire about my current status. Please send us a mail to support@kraku.in. We have shortlisted many people, and most of the people who we have shortlisted, we have already gotten in touch with them. But if you are really interested in joining us, please send your resume as well as your CAT scorecard to support@kraku.in. We do have some openings, although now that we have hired people, the number of openings are slightly lesser. But if you're really interested, please send us a mail to support@kraku.in. SB is saying, I have done very well in CAT. I will get calls from all the 6 IIMs, but I quit my job in September. Will it be tough for me to convert the interviews? In general, I would say having a job and taking interviews when you have a job is easier. because I think subconsciously you'll be a lot more confident, you'll be less stressed out. But if it is just a matter of an interview, you should be able to figure it out. You should be able to perform well in the interview. You should be able to explain to the interview panel your decision to quit your job in September when CAT is approaching. If you prepare well, I don't think it should be too much of a difficulty. Rudil Agarwal is saying, is there any part-time job opening at Kraku? No, there is no part-time job opening. We are only looking to hire for full-time. We have close to 120 people who are watching this live. If you guys can please like the stream, please go to kraku.in/live. The first question will be displayed in exactly 3 minutes. If you want to take part in the quiz, which I think will be very useful for all of you, please go to kraku.in/live. Manaspreet is saying, should freshers take up a job or go for an MBA if they get a tier 1 institute? If you get into A or B or C or any of the exceptionally good institutes, great institutes, you should always take them, because saying no to those kind of institutes, in my opinion, is not at all a good option for anyone. But otherwise, I would say you should really consider doing a job before doing an MBA, because you will be learning more in the MBA if you go there after working for a few years, after you understand how a corporation works, what are the different departments that are part of a company, and how each one of them intermingle with each other. If you get this kind of an understanding, then you go and work and study MBA, then you will be able to look back at your years that you worked and figure out what was good in that company, what was wrong in that company. So your learnings will be a lot more profound. If you just go and do an MBA, all of this will be completely theoretical and you will not be able to understand much. Jatin Lalwan is saying, B schools in India or abroad? It depends on your profile. It depends on your background, how much money you have. There are so many things, no? There are many variables. Right now, I would want to discuss only about B schools in India, because I think most of our audience will be focusing on B schools in India. Ashwini Tiwari saying, is 45 months experience too much? I don't think any experience is too much. And I know for sure that most of the professors in IIM also don't consider any experience, any work ex to be extremely high, or they will never reject a student because he has too much work experience. That defensiveness, I think, should be completely removed. If you have worked for a lot of years, then you would have probably gained a lot of experience in your own particular field. That I think will only bring more diversity to your batch and not less. Okay guys, we'll be launching the first question very shortly. Please go to kraku.in/live. The first question will be displayed in exactly another 1 minute. Saket Subham is saying, hi sir, will you be doing a MHSET crash course? As of now, we are giving 5 mocks for MHSET. You can enroll to our mocks. Again, send us a mail to support@kraku.in. We don't plan to do a crash course for MHSET as of now. We are doing a crash course for XAT, and we have recently launched an extremely useful course for CAT 2021. This, in my opinion, is the best way to prepare for CAT 2021. We have a lot of concept videos. We have the daily targets. We have mocks. We have the study room. So all the things which we think are important for a student to do well in CAT 2021 are there in the CAT 2021 course. So if you're looking to enroll to the CAT 2021 course, please send us a mail to support@kraku.in, and we'll get in touch with you, and we'll try to help you do well in the next year's examination. Okay guys, we'll be launching the first question very shortly. Please go to kraku.in/live. This quiz will have 8 questions. The difficulty level is slightly easy to medium, and people who come in the top 3, they will get our 5 XAT mocks package for free. Normally the 5 XAT mocks package will cost 299 rupees, but if you come in the top 3 in this quiz, you'll be getting it for free. We are close to 130 people who are live. If you guys can please like this stream, that will motivate us quite a lot to do these kind of streams more regularly. So let us look at the first question. This is a very easy question, and I'm quite happy to see that 13 people have gotten this correct and nobody has gotten it wrong. I was hoping to see a lot more people get it correct. This I felt was a good way to start the quiz by giving a fairly easy question. Somebody is spamming in the chat. Don't spam, no. If you spam, I'm not going to answer your questions. Because spamming is just being very impolite. I try to answer as many questions as I can, but if you keep spamming, I think that's not being polite. Okay, we got 62 people who got this correct and 15 people who have gotten this wrong. So let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that for what value of a is the sum of the roots of ax square plus a minus 3 into x minus 5 is equal to 0 equal to 2. We know that in a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, the sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. In this particular case, the value of b, which is the coefficient of x, is a minus 3, and the value of small a, which is the coefficient of x square, is capital A. So minus b by a will be equal to minus of a minus 3 divided by a. This we are told is equal to 2. Or what this essentially means is that 3 minus a is equal to 2a, or 3 is equal to 3a, or the value of a is equal to 1. So the correct answer is option A. Now let us look at the next question. This is also not a very difficult question. This also I think is a slightly easier question. But these kind of questions again can be definitely asked, if not in XAT, but in the other MBA exams that are upcoming, like either SNAP or IFT or MHSET or CMAT. So all these, in my opinion, are important questions. Yesh Pandey saying, sir, I got 94 marks in slot 2, 41 VRC, 8 in LRDA, 45 in QA. How should I strategize my preparation for next year? I think your marks are actually pretty good except in LRDA, as you would know yourself. In my opinion, I would say most of it I think is probably because of nerves. I think slot 2 LRDA was suddenly much more difficult than slot 1. So many people I knew, many very good students, did not perform well. So one of the first things that you should do is acknowledge that problem and try to work on your nerves. How you work on your nerves is something that only you will be able to answer, but you should be able to perform better under pressure or under stress. Taking more marks is one way to look at it. Doing meditation or yoga, those kind of things are also quite helpful in addressing your nerves and your anxiety. Other than that, definitely please take a lot of marks this year, especially in LRDA, so that you will not be very flustered when you see a very difficult paper. We have close to 140 people who are watching this live. If you guys can please like the stream, that will help us quite a lot. So in this question, we got only 26 people who got it correct. I thought this was actually a more easier question. Let us see why people had difficulty in this. So in this question, we are told that a is greater than 0 and the quadratic expression ax square plus bx plus c reaches its minimum value when x is equal to a. And which of the following is true? Now if you have a quadratic equation which is of the form ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, or this quadratic expression, if the value of a is positive, this expression reaches its lowest point or its minimum value at the point x is equal to minus b by 2a. And if a is less than 0, this expression will reach its maximum value at the same point, that is when x is equal to minus b by 2a. In this particular case, we are told that a is greater than 0, and we are also told that the expression reaches its minimum point at minus b by 2a, or minus b by 2a basically is equal to, as is given to us, equal to a. This would imply that minus b is equal to 2a square, we know that the value of a square will be positive. So the value of 2a square is also greater than 0, or minus b is greater than 0, or the value of b will be less than 0. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Now let us look at the next question. We have close to 150 people who are watching this live. If we can get 100 likes, that will mean a lot to us. It will motivate us to do more streams for XAT. Shreyas Chaturvedi is saying hi. Hi Shreyas. Will there be a course for GDPI and VAT from Krakow? As of now, we don't have any plans to do a course for GDPI and VAT. We'll definitely be mentoring the premium students of Krakow who have done well in CAT. So if they get in touch with us, we'll definitely try to help them to the best of our abilities. We'll also be doing more streams, more live streams to help students with their GDPI course. That is basically the plan that we have, but we don't plan to have any paid course for GDPI. Okay, let us try to answer this question now. In this question, we are told that the roots of the quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c are p and q. What will be the quadratic equation whose roots are 1 by p square and 1 by q square? So we have the quadratic equation which is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and the two roots of this quadratic equation are p and q. What this essentially implies is that the value of p plus q, which is the sum of the roots, is equal to minus b by a. The value of the product of the roots, which is p into q, is equal to c by a. We are required to calculate the quadratic equation for which the two roots are 1 by p square and 1 by q square. If the two roots are 1 by p square and 1 by q square, what is the sum of the roots? The sum of the roots will be equal to 1 by p square plus 1 by q square, which is equal to p square plus q square divided by p square q square. P square plus q square again can be written as p plus q whole square minus 2pq whole divided by p square q square. What is the value of p plus q? It is equal to minus b by a. And what is the value of pq? That is equal to c by a. So this expression can be simplified as b square by a square minus 2c by a whole divided by c square by a square. Or if you multiply the numerator and denominator by a square, this will become equal to b square minus 2ac whole divided by c square. This is the sum of the roots. And what is the product of the roots? The product of the roots will be equal to 1 by p square into 1 by q square, which is equal to 1 by pq whole square, which is equal to a square by c square. Therefore, the quadratic equation for which the two roots are 1 by p square and 1 by q square will be x square minus the sum of the roots, which is equal to b square minus 2ac whole by c square into x, plus the constant term will be equal to the product of the roots, which is equal to a square by c square. This will equal 0, or we can multiply the entire equation by c square. So this will equal c square x square minus b square minus 2ac into x plus a square is equal to 0. This is option D. Now let us look at the next question. Sahil Dandavate is saying, you always start at 9 p.m. Today you started before. Therefore, I missed one question. Yeah, I tried to wait till 9, but I think maybe we started 1-2 minutes early. So try to join by around 8:45. So that will be helpful. Or the latest by 8:50. Don't try to keep it till 9. Let us see who is actually doing well in today's test. We have Shubham Chatterjee, who got, I think, all the 3 questions correct. Even Pradyumna got all the 3 questions correct. And Jatin Lalwani also got the 3 questions correct. So let us see how many people can actually get all the 8 questions correct. They are not very difficult. In my opinion, there will be at least one person who will be getting all the 8 questions correct. Mayank Bansal is saying, sir, we can check the product of the roots of option only D will satisfy. That's actually a very intelligent way to solve it. That will save you a lot of time. That is correct. You can solve it that way also. Okay, let us try to answer this question. In this question, we are told that the sum of the squares of the two roots of the equation x square minus 2x minus p is equal to 0 is 52. So we are given the quadratic equation x square minus 2x minus p is equal to 0. Let us assume that the two roots are a and b. Now what is the sum of the squares? It will be a square plus b square. This we are told is equal to 52. And we are required to calculate the sum of the cubes. That is, we are required to calculate the value of a cube plus b cube. A cube plus b cube is basically equal to a plus b into a square minus ab plus b square. We already know the value of a square plus b square, that is given to us as equal to 52. We also know the sum of the roots, which is a plus b. This is equal to 2. So we also know this. The only thing we don't know is the product of the roots, which is AB. That we know is equal to P, which is a constant, or that will equal minus P. So we have to figure out the value of the product of the roots, which is AB. So we know A plus B is equal to 2. So A plus B whole square is equal to 4. A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB. This is equal to 4. We know that a square plus b square is equal to 52. This is given to us. So 52 plus 2ab is equal to 4, or the value of 2ab is equal to minus 48, or the value of ab is equal to minus 24. So over here, if you are looking for the sum of the cubes of a and b, a plus b is equal to 2. So this is equal to 2 into, what is the value of a square plus b square? That is given to us, that equals 52. Minus AB. We know that AB is equal to minus 24. So minus AB will equal plus 24. So this will be 52 plus 24, or the value is equal to 2 into 76, which is equal to 152. So the correct answer is option C. Now let us look at the next question. Shubham Agrawal is saying, need your wishes for upcoming exams as my CAT was not up to the mark. In general, there were many people who I expected to do very well this time in CAT who did not perform up to their expectations. That I think is something that we should accept. It is something that has already happened. You can't do anything about it. Just focus only on the upcoming examinations and you have all our wishes with you. All the best and prepare well. Supriya Deshmukh is saying, sir, can you please give an idea of how much we should score to qualify for XLRA? In general, I would not get into these kind of questions. I did the same even for CAT and I'm going to do the same for even ZAT. Because if we go ahead keeping a target number of questions or target number of marks, in general, I think that is that is not a very good way of approaching an examination. Try to do well in all the sections to the best of your abilities. Don't try to put any particular number as a score that you want to get. Give your best and come out and then you will get your result. I think that is how you should approach the examination. And I don't want to venture into either cutoffs or percentiles at this point of time. There are multiple ways of answering this question. In this question, we are told that a and b are the roots of the quadratic equation x square minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0, and we are required to calculate the value of 1 by a square plus 1 by b square plus 1 by ab. There are two ways to answer this question. One, you can identify the roots, because x square minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. You can simplify this as x minus 6 into x plus 3 is equal to 0, or the two roots are 6 and minus 3. And you can substitute them in this expression to find out the value. Or in the spirit of quadratic equations, we can find that x square minus 3x minus 18 is equal to 0. And if the two roots are a and b, then the value of a plus b is equal to 3, and the value of the product a into b is equal to minus 18. What we are required to calculate is 1 by a square plus 1 by b square plus 1 by ab. What is the value of 1 by a square plus 1 by b square? That will be, if you simplify, equal to a square plus b square by a square b square plus 1 by ab. We already know the value of the product AB, so 1 by AB will be easily calculated. This will equal minus 1 by 18. What is important is the value of a square plus b square divided by a square b square. What is the value of a square plus b square? A square plus b square will equal a plus b whole square minus 2ab. A plus b whole square will be 9 minus 2ab will be minus 2 into minus 18. Or that is 9 minus 36, so this will equal 9 plus 36, which is equal to 45. So a square plus b square will be 45 divided by a square b square is 18 square, so that is 18 into 18 minus 1 by 18. We can simplify this as, you can take 1 by 18 common, so this will be 45 by 18 minus 1. 45 by 18 is minus 1 is 27 by 18. So this is 1 by 18 into 27 by 18. 27 by 18 is basically equal to 3 by 2. And you can cancel 3 from 18 and that becomes equal to 6. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into 6, which is equal to 1 by 12. So the correct answer is option C. Now let us look at the next question. This kind of a question where we are required to calculate the least value or the highest value. I think this also can be asked quite often. Arvind Bhaskar is saying we can take a and b as any value, right? Yeah, you can take that. That is one way of approaching the question. Amish Gupta is saying, sir, is there any course for IFT also? As of now, we are giving 5 excellent mocks for IFT. Most of the students are finding our CAT mocks, have found our CAT mocks to be extremely useful in the examination. As we have mentioned earlier also, I think our mocks, especially in the quant section, have been the closest to CAT, and many people are also finding our mocks for SNAP, XAT and IFT to be very useful. So if you're looking to attempt any of the other MBA exams, please do enroll to the mocks for either XAT or IFT or for SNAP. We have 5 mocks each for IFT, 5 mocks for XAT and 5 mocks for SNAP. Each of them cost only 299. So if you're looking for a good package, please send us a mail to support@cracku.in and we'll be more than happy to help you. Jatin Lalwani, Anurag Machadi, Suraj Agarwal and Ravi. 4 of them have gotten all the 6 questions correct. There are only 2 more questions left. I hope at least one of you will get all the questions correct. So now we have 5 people who have gotten all the 6 questions correct, which is quite interesting. So in this question, we are required to calculate the value of p for which the sum of the squares of the roots of the equation x square plus p minus 3 into x minus p minus 4 is equal to 0 has the least value. So here we have the quadratic equation x square plus p minus 3 into x minus p minus 4 is equal to 0. Let the 2 roots of this quadratic equation be equal to a and b. So what is the value of a plus b? A plus b will equal p minus 3. And what is the value of the product of the roots? A into b is equal to minus p minus 4. So what is the value of the sum of the squares of the roots? That is a square plus b square will equal a plus b whole square minus 2ab. A plus b whole square is equal to p minus 3 whole square. Minus 2ab will be equal to minus 2 into minus p minus 4. If you simplify this, this will equal p square minus 6p plus 9, and this is equal to plus 2p plus 8. Or this is equal to p square minus 4p plus 13 plus 17. Now for what value of p is this the least? That is p square minus 4p plus 17. For what value of p will this be the least? To do that, we can complete a square. So if you're looking at the expression p square minus 4p plus 17, and if you're trying to minimize its value, identify that p square minus 4p is part of the square of p square minus 4p plus 4. So separate 17 into 4 plus 13. So this will equal p square minus 4p plus 4 plus 13. And what is the value of p square minus 4p plus 4? This is equal to p minus 2 whole square plus 13. You know that p minus 2 whole square, being a perfect square, will never be negative. So the least value of p minus 2 whole square is 0, and this happens when p is equal to 2. Therefore the whole expression gets its minimum value when p is equal to 2, and it will equal 13. So the correct answer is option B, which is 2. Now let us look at the next question. Sovik Roy is saying, sir, can you please wait for the timer to end? Yeah, I'll probably do that from this question. In general, I felt that people who are finding the questions tough, they can watch the stream later to understand how I solved it. Aniket Roy also is asking for the timer to end for me to, before I start the explanation. Yeah, I'll probably do that from this question. If you have any questions with respect to either of the other MBA exams or CAT 2021 or about your career in general, please feel free to message me here. Shubham Agarwal is saying, sir, your Snap and XAT mocks are really good, and I found a few of your questions on other platforms as well. Thanks a lot, Shubham. We work very hard to ensure that our mocks are up to the standard. As I've said earlier, I think our mocks for CAT have been the closest to the actual examination, and we have given a lot of variety also, because this year the pattern was slightly uncertain. So I'm quite happy with our final product with respect to the CAT mocks, and we are receiving very good feedback even for our Snap mocks as well as for our XAT mocks. So if anybody is looking to enroll to a very good mock series, please do enroll to the Krakow mock series for Snap, XAT and IFT. Hundreds of people are enrolling to it every day, so please do enroll. So 3 people have gotten this 7th question also correct. There's only one more question left. So in this question we are told that a quadratic equation ax square minus bx plus c is equal to 0 has coefficients a, b and c such that b is twice as large as a, that is b is equal to 2a, and the value of c is equal to -1. The equation has real and equal roots, then which of the following is definitely true? So if you are incorporating the information that is given to us, the given quadratic equation is of the form ax square minus 2ax plus c, but the value of c is -1, so -1 is equal to 0. This we are told has real roots and both of them are equal. When you are told that a quadratic equation has equal roots, then its discriminant d will be exactly equal to 0. What is the value of the discriminant? The value of the discriminant is b square minus 4ac. This we are told is equal to 0. What is the value of b? The value of b is minus 2a. So b square is equal to 4a square. This is equal to 4 into a into c. So what is the value of a is still a, and the value of c is minus 1. So 4a square is equal to 4a into minus 1. You can cancel 4 on both sides, and so this becomes equal to a square plus a is equal to 0, or a into a plus 1 is equal to 0. So either a is equal to 0 or a is equal to minus 1. But in the question we are told that a is not equal to 0. So we can cancel this off. So the only possibility is that a is equal to minus 1, which would imply that b is equal to minus 2. And the value of c is given to us. This is equal to minus 1. And the roots of the given quadratic equation, if you simplify this, will equal minus x square plus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Or you can simplify this as x square minus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0, which is x minus 1 whole square is equal to 0, or the roots of the given quadratic equation is x is equal to 1. Now let us look at all the options that are given to us. The first option says that b is equal to c. That is clearly not true. b is actually equal to 2c. So the first option is wrong. Similarly, the fourth option is also wrong. It says that 2b is equal to c. This is also wrong. b is actually equal to 2c. If you are looking at the second option, a is equal to c, this is correct, because the value of a is minus 1 and the value of c is also equal to minus 1. Similarly, if you are looking at the third option, x is equal to 1 is one of the roots of the equation, which is also true. The roots of the equation are x is equal to 1. So we have option B correct and option C correct, which would imply that option E is correct, which says that more than one of the above is true. Now let us go ahead and find the last question. Ronak Jain is saying, sir, can you give me your email ID? You can send an email to support@kraku.in. In case of any queries, please send a mail to support@kraku.in. We have our staff who is very attentive and we try to reply back as soon as possible. But if it is over the weekend, please give us some time. Normally, we try to reply to all the queries within 24 hours, but sometimes, especially over weekends, we might take either 48 or 72 hours to reply. Sahil Dandavate is saying, Kraku ZAT marks are really good. I gave your first mark today and scored 80 percentile in 3 sections, 98 in GK. Thanks a lot, Sahil. Continue to practice well. I hope you do very well in ZAT. Guys who have just joined us, can you guys please like the stream? If you like the stream, it will reach more people and it will help us quite a lot. Samya is saying, sir, I expect 93 percentile this year. If I crack some colleges, he has given a list, should I join them or should I repeat for next year? I think it depends on your profile and your current situation in life also. If you do have a job which you don't mind, if you think it is a good job, you are not very pained at your job, and if you are a fresher or if you don't have a lot of work ex, then yeah, probably I think you should consider doing maybe preparing for CAT again and trying to improve it from 93 to 99. In general, people who have scored around the 95 percentile, I have seen them definitely improve their scores and cross the 99 threshold after they prepare well for an year. But if say you don't have a job or say your situation is such that you are desperate to do an MBA this year, then probably I would say join the colleges. Okay, let us see. Okay, Ravi got 24. I think he's the only student who got all the 8 questions correct. So good for you, Ravi. I'm actually quite happy for you. Let us try to answer this question. This is an interesting question. The question says that 4x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, and the two roots of the given quadratic equation are a and b, and we are required to calculate the value of 1 by 4a square plus 7 plus 4a plus 1 by 4b square plus 7 plus 4b. Now we know that a and b are the two roots of the given quadratic equation. 4x square plus 3x plus 1 is equal to 0. So 4a square plus 3a plus 1 is equal to 0. Also 4b square plus 3b plus 1 is equal to 0. Now in the denominators we have 4a square plus 4a plus 7. So if you are looking at 4a square plus 4a plus 7, you can simplify this as 4a square plus 3a plus 1 plus a plus 6. This is basically the value of 4a square plus 4a plus 7. But we know that 4a square plus 3a plus 1 is equal to 0. So the value of 4a square plus 7 plus 4a is essentially equal to a plus 6. So the sum that we are required to calculate is equal to 1 by a plus 6 plus 1 by b plus 6. If you simplify this, this will equal b plus 6 plus a plus 6 whole divided by a plus 6 into b plus 6. We also know that the given quadratic equation is 4x square plus 3x plus 1. So the sum of the roots a plus b will equal minus 3 by 4. And the product of the roots a into b will equal 1, which is the constant term, divided by 4, which is the coefficient of x square. So the numerator is a plus b plus 12, which is equal to minus 3 by 4 plus 12. This is the numerator. And if you are looking at the denominator, it is a plus 6 into b plus 6. What is the value of a plus 6 into b plus 6? You can expand this. This is equal to ab plus 6a plus 6b plus 36. The value of ab, which is the product, is equal to 1 by 4. The value of 6a plus 6b is equal to 6 times a plus b. So this is equal to minus 6 into 3 by 4 plus 36. So this is equal to 1 by 4 minus 18 by 4 plus 36. So we can multiply the numerator and denominator by 4. So this becomes equal to minus 3 plus 12 times 4, which is equal to 48 divided by 1 minus 18 plus 36. So the numerator is equal to 45 and the denominator, this will be 144, sorry, 36 into 4. And the denominator will be equal to 144 minus 18 is 126 plus 1 is 127. So the required answer is 45 divided by 127, which is option B. We also have a very active Telegram group. If you are preparing for any of the upcoming MBA exams, or if you want to know when the admission forms are out or the shortlists are out, please join our very active Telegram group. The link to join the Telegram group is given in our description below. We have more than 7,000 people who are very active participants of our Telegram group. Please do join it. And if you have any doubts with respect to either XAT or the upcoming MBA exams or for CAT 2021, please send a mail to support@cracko.in. We'll be more than happy to get in touch with you and answer all your queries. So thanks a lot, and we'll plan to continue these kind of streams regularly. Please subscribe to our channel and please click on the bell icon so that you'll get a notification whenever we are doing any future streams.